Okay. Alright, so I tried to record an intro and it didn't work because I couldn't see the screen. So today I am going to plug in my microphone. Let's plug in my microphone. Okay. Yeah. Now you're all the way in. Alright, so today I've been being asked how I take my whole chicken and process it. Basically, how I debone it, skin it, cut it apart. So instead of just doing it like for one, I thought I would show you all how I do it. So first step, I need to open the bag and drain it, and then I usually give it a little rinse. So I'm gonna go to the sink and I will be right back. All I'm gonna do is open the bag. You'll see, I guess we'll drain it here in the bowl real quick for you. So this is just the liquid that it lives in here. And just like when you open already cut up chicken, it's got a little liquid in there. So I just usually open this over the sink and let that drain into my sink. Let this drain into my sink, and then I'll give this a little rinse. And inside your chicken, okay, in the business end, you'll have your neck, another neck, and don't be afraid to reach in there. He ain't alive no more. Okay, you got your lungs, the heart. It looks like that's all we got in there. Usually you get other giblets, but it looks like since they sent us a spare neck, it's kind of weird. We didn't get as many giblets as you usually get. So we got 2 necks and what looks like a pair of lungs. I could be wrong. Those could be kidneys. Usually, because you usually get kidneys and a liver. So I could be lying about what organs we have. I'm going to pause you, give our chicken a rinse, throw away our garbage, and I will be right back. Sorry, I'm trying to do this with the back of my wrist. It's challenging. Do it. Come on. Okay, I might have to wipe my hands off first. Pause, darn it. Darn chicken fingers. So free. Okay, there we go. I know what your problem is now. All right, so our chicken's been rinsed. The first thing that I usually do is dive right into my skin here. And I probably don't do it like a chef because, let's face it, I'm not. I have hard times with recipes. And yeah, I just kind of hack at it. No one really taught me what I was doing. I just kind of figured out a method that works for me. And that's what I do. Whatever works for you, whatever you're comfortable with, do it. I found a couple of knives that I'm comfortable with, and that's what I do. So don't feel like you have to use the same knife as me, or this is the only method that works. This is just what I do because this works for me. Also, I'm not going to lie, there's going to be a lot of crunching. This is not a pretty sound by any means. This is not for the faint of heart. So once we get to this backside, so this has already been severed. This was broken. I'm actually looking more for what's going on over here in the hip action, not the back. Okay. So when you're looking, there will be a bone. When you follow this, this is the leg into the knee. Knee is here. The hip or your thigh, I guess we're following it to the thigh, into here. This is your hip and your ball socket. That's the bone I want. Okay. So I'm going to keep my thumb in here and I'm going to pop it out. Actually, usually it makes a much louder noise. Looking for the little pop usually. And then we're going to cut right along in here. If you see what we got going on in here, see this white stuff? That's the cartilage. Okay? And we're cutting the cartilage apart. It's kind of like a surgeon. Okay? Because basically we're dislocating this joint. Watch your hands when you do this. Don't want dislocated fingers or chopped off hands. All right. Now, because we want this also deboned, we're sliding this down. Okay. We're going to follow the skin. Now, if you want to save the skin, that's fine. But we also have to cut at least along like the pajamas. Got to open one side to get that bone out. Just tuck your thumb up, buried up inside that skin. See that? As long as that tip's nice and sharp, it'll go right up inside there. Just like what you're looking for is like a footy pajama skin situation, okay? All along it. Now the one section I am not going to do this to is going to be the wing. We're going to leave our wings alone. Now, I'm going along that thigh bone. Right along that thigh bone. And then that bone is going to slide right on out. Okay, see that? Just use your fingers. Don't be afraid of it, it's me. Anywhere you find a spot that's good and tucked on, because remember, this is a skeleton. It's supposed to connect to your bodies. You're going to find spots that are connected. It's how muscle fiber sticks. Okay, just clip it. Just go back about what we were doing. See, there's the spot. Clip it. Just be patient. Work your way around. So I got two different sizes of knives. One does one job, one does the other. Remember, the bigger the muscle area, like thighs, you're going to have these bigger tendons. They do a more function job, you know, a bigger, more important job. That's how we walk. They're important. You got them in your body, they got them in theirs. All right. Now I kept this bowl, so we had a place to collect our bones. It's important. We gotta make sure we got them all. Now, I'm gonna get right on around. Make sure you don't lose the kneecap. Don't get your thumb. Again, I'm not a chef, so I'm sure I'm not doing this right. If any of you chefs are out there telling me I'm going to do it wrong, that's okay. I don't claim to be. Like I said, this is just how I do it. Sure, there's a better way, but this is how I do it. All right, now I'm going in for the leg. I'm just gonna do the same thing. Slip it right on up there. I'm a very textile person, okay? So, you see me, I use my hands a lot. I'm not afraid to get right in there. It's the only way I know I got it and that I didn't miss a bone. None of that. It's also how I've cut my hand many, many times. Get right in there, slash something. But it's also how I've learned, watch your fingers. Does it stop me from getting my hand in the way? No, because I still sliced the tip of my thumb off the other day. Wasn't cutting up a chicken. I was doing something totally different. Cutting up broccoli. All right, now see? If I hadn't had my hand in here, I may have not felt that I missed that and left it in, and then someone would have got a big old bite of the little, I don't know what it is, I call it a side bone. It's part of the bone as far as I'm concerned, the little side piece. Okay, now we're coming up around the knee area again. I'm just gonna try to make sure we miss all of the knee. Don't want to mess up the meat, but we don't want kneecap. See, here we go. We got kneecap in here. Because this bone in here, it's not bone. It's soft. It's cartilage. So it's easy to cut. And being easy to cut, it's also easy to accidentally leave it behind. Nobody likes a mouthful of that. Okay, so make sure you don't leave it behind. Fill up your meat and make sure she ain't packing cartilage. Okay, and there you go. You don't want this left behind either because this will be hard. This whole white piece right here, this is all hard. Sure, this isn't easy, okay? I'm not saying it is, but you also feel like you accomplished something at the end of the day. Right now, we're not exactly doing a whole lot of nothing else. So, now I'm going to do the other leg, and I'll be right back.